Hello, everyone. My name is Susan Bailey, and I'm a Senior Ruby Brand Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. I'm so grateful that I get to join you today because we are going to talk about the benefits, the breakdown, and the best uses of the Plexus Triplex system. Now, for those of you who are newer to Plexus, this is one of the most foundational and popular combination of supplements that Plexus offers. And I think that by the end of this video, you're going to have a much better understanding of why that is. Now, if you are also someone who has ever had the question cross your mind, how can the same combination of supplements benefit so many people with such a wide variety of health challenges? I also think that by the end of this video, you're going to have a much better understanding of that too. And you're going to truly recognize that everyone can benefit and truly needs these supplements. I think it's super important that before I get into the details of this, I really don't want you to think that you have to know and memorize all of this information in order to be qualified to share with someone else. That really is not the purpose of this at all. My heart behind sharing this information is due to three different reasons. First and foremost, I really want you to know the incredible gift that we have here and why it is so important that we share this with others to really empower them in their health. And when we understand what we have, our courage to share with other people just naturally increases, and it really should. I believe that when we know better, ultimately we should do better, not only for ourselves, but for others as well. Second, I've also had people ask for this information because they just truly want to understand what these supplements do. And third, if you are someone who is actively supporting other people in their health journey, you may really find this information helpful for some troubleshooting needs that may come up along the way. And if you actually have someone ask you for this information, then you're going to have a really helpful resource that you can share with them as well. So let's go. We are going to take a look at each supplement individually and in detail. I am going to provide some of the primary health benefits that each supplement offers. I'll offer some interesting facts about some of the active ingredients that they contain. And then I'm going to also offer you some general guidelines for the best use of each supplement. Now, keep in mind as I share these guidelines that the beauty of this approach to health is that there really is no one size fits all approach. And we have to remember that there are a lot of individual needs that we have to work around. Everyone's body responds a little bit differently. And so that's why it is absolutely paramount that we stress the importance of good communication to anyone that we are starting on these supplements. And honestly, why we should be taking the initiative to really be in consistent communication with anyone that we are supporting. Now, if you are someone who is just newly starting out on your journey, I want you to know that probably one of the best tips that I can give you to ultimately be successful in your journey with these supplements is to be in very consistent and good communication with your sponsor. Because if we don't know what you're experiencing, we're going to have a much harder time helping you, okay? So now before we break everything down, I think it's going to be really important that we at least briefly highlight why this trio of supplements is so effective for such a wide variety of health challenges. And the primary reason for that is that it's going to address three of the primary root causes that underlie most health challenges. And those things are imbalances in the gut microbiome, imbalances in blood sugar, and systemic inflammation. We really need these areas of health under control so that our bodies can function at their prime. And as you start to research, different health challenges, you are going to likely find that there is a direct connection to one, two, or most typically all three of those areas of health. I'm not going to really dive deep into that particular topic in this call, but if you would really like to learn more about the triplex from that particular angle and really more of the specific health benefits that can come from or things that can actually even be prevented just by having a healthy gut, balanced blood sugar, and less inflammation in your body, then in the comments of this recording, I will link a previous call that I did on that very topic. So let's go ahead and we're going to jump right in. We are going to start with our more gut health specific supplements, and we are going to start off with ProBio 5. ProBio 5 is a supplement I absolutely love because truly this is really more of a 3-in-1 supplement. It has benefits not only for seeding your gut with very beneficial microbes, but it also can help to weed your gut, to just really rid your GI system of things like harmful bacteria, yeast, and fungus that ultimately can keep your gut out of balance. So some of the primary benefits that ProBio 5 offers are it can help the body keep intestinal yeast in balance. It can also really support a healthy intestinal tract. It can support healthy digestion, of course. It's going to really help your body improve its natural response to different types of imbalance in the body. It can also, of course, help you promote healthy bacteria counts and pH levels in your gut. Probiotic 5 is actually a really great source of antioxidants. And it also has a direct correlation to improving your immunity for a couple of different reasons. It does contain vitamin C, but your gut is actually responsible for between 70 to 80% of your overall immunity. So when you have a healthy gut, your immune system is going to directly benefit from that. So I really want you to think of this supplement like you're cleaning the toilet. All right, let's go ahead and break some things down. I'm going to highlight some ingredients for you so that ultimately you know where these benefits are coming from. And what really is so unique about this supplement, like I said before, it's a 3-in-1 supplement. So not only does it contain 5 strains of probiotics, that's where it gets the name Probio 5, it also contains digestive enzymes and natural antifungals. We're going to start off by focusing on those 5 probiotic cultures. These probiotic strains are very, very important for helping to really start to repopulate that beneficial gut bacteria. It will help bring your microbiome back into the proper balance and ultimately restore your gut health. So I thought it would be really interesting to just break down these 5 particular strains in more detail for you, because a lot of times we don't take the time to unpack the different ingredients and really figure out where these specific benefits are coming from. So we're going to break these 5 strains down right now. First of all is a strain known as Bacillus coagulans. This particular strain is very important for reducing GI discomfort. Sometimes it can actually even be used to treat diarrhea, guard against yeast infections. It may even contribute to reduce or relieving symptoms of things like Crohn's disease, colitis, irritable bowel syndrome, or IBS. It also plays a role in healing the lining of the intestines and combating something known as leaky gut syndrome. So it's extremely important. And this particular strain can even stimulate your immune system. Second is called Lactobacillus acidophilus. This particular strain is very interesting because it's really thought to help just balance the bacteria in the gut so that those potentially harmful strains will not flourish. Your gut really does function a lot like a garden. So it's really important that we're planting a lot of the good plants so that we can crowd out the bad plants or the weeds so that your gut is going to flourish. Third is a strain known as Bifidobacterium longum. This particular strain actually plays a role in boosting your overall immunity. It can help with reducing and even treating gastrointestinal infections, as well as improving other conditions such as diarrhea, constipation, and even eczema. What is very interesting about this particular strain is that it is believed to reduce the risk of colon cancer. So extremely important. It has a host of benefits, really for your gut, your brain, and even your metabolic and your immune systems. Fourth is a strain called Lactobacillus plantarum. This strain is going to help your body break down food, absorb nutrients, and really control bad microorganisms in the digestive tract that might otherwise cause disease. This is actually going to help improve your body's just overall natural response to those imbalances that we had mentioned earlier. And then fifth, and probably my favorite, is something called Saccharomyces boulardii. This is a very interesting strain because it is a probiotic yeast that helps you to maintain proper intestinal yeast balance. So this particular strain really acts like an antifungal. It's going to help bring it to balance, that intestinal yeast, especially the bad yeast known as Candida. It is also known for improving gut barrier function. It can eradicate pathogens. It can produce antimicrobial peptides, stimulate your immune system, and even inhibit inflammation in the body. So as you can already see, this particular supplement is an absolute powerhouse, and we're just getting started. We're going to now break down the second component, which is the enzyme blend. This consists of a few different types of enzymes known as proteases, cellulase, and serrapeptase. Now, you can think of enzymes as something that are going to clean house. Enzymes often work like scavengers. So what they're going to do is they're going to help to expose the bad so that the body and your immune system can ultimately kill it. The enzyme blend in here plays a variety of roles. It can help bring down inflammation, break down various proteins throughout the body. It can help you in the breaking down of your food and the improving the absorption of nutrients. It also helps to just really allow for that proper function of the digestive and immune systems. It can help various organs function better as well as your bloodstream. So really these enzymes are going to play a very important part in just regulating overall metabolic function. It will help your body just to allow for the vitamins and minerals that we're ingesting to work properly and many other things. But really, what I really want to highlight here in particular is the function that the cellulase and the protease can play in breaking away the biofilm that surrounds things that we ultimately do not want growing in our gut. So Candida, for example, has a protein biofilm protector, which is why it can be so difficult for people to get rid of. So you can think of that biofilm like an armor that these bad guys are wearing. So this is a really, really big deal because when you expose the bad bacteria, what you have essentially done is you're exposing the underbelly of things like that bad yeast so that the antifungals can complete that killing process and then rid your body of that overgrowth. So essentially you're removing the armor, leaving the candida defenseless, and then the antifungals can actually complete that killing process. So the third component of this Probio 5 is known as grapeseed extract. This is a second very powerful natural antifungal that is going to work alongside of the Saccharomyces boulardii to really combat that candida intestinal yeast. So as you can see, with the probiotic strains, the enzymes, and the antifungals all working together, you ultimately are definitely going to be seeing changes happen. Those probiotics are coming in to seed the gut to just continue to replenish it with those beneficial microbes. The enzymes and antifungals, they are cleaning up the gut. They're breaking things down. They're digesting things that really have held your gut hostage. So let's go ahead and dig into the best uses of the Probio 5 supplement. Probio 5 really ideally should be taken in the evening, especially right before bedtime. This is because the digestive enzymes and the probiotics are really able to do their best work overnight when they're not really competing as much with that active digestive process. So ultimately, they can focus on that cleaning and healing process instead. So you're going to want to take it on as empty of a stomach as possible whenever you can. Now, the recommended maintenance dose of this particular supplement is 2 capsules. It is not uncommon, however, to eventually recommend a temporary healing dose of Probio 5. Typically, that starts sometime during the 2nd or even the 3rd month into someone's journey, if they have been consistent with taking those 2 capsules daily and they've been tolerating that well. The body really does need time to adjust, okay? So moving toward that healing dose could look something like this. They could increase to 3 capsules a night during that 2nd month, and then possibly increase to that full healing dose, essentially a double dose of 4 capsules at night for a period of time. And the length of time that someone would do that really is just very dependent on what someone's health goals and what their needs are, and really how they might be tolerating, the overall detox process. So the benefits to a healing dose, some people ask me that, what are the benefits to a healing dose? And it really can be the ability to get on top of that detrimental intestinal yeast a little bit more quickly. It can also just give the gut microbiome extra healing momentum. So you can think of it like sending in extra workers to a construction zone, just to get the job done a little bit more quickly. If we want the job done more quickly, we're going to need more staff on hand. So a couple other points I thought would be helpful to mention. An increased dosage of Probio 5 beyond that 2 capsules can also be helpful for things like fighting off illness when you feel something coming on, when you're going through a period of higher stress and there's just a little bit more of a toll placed on the gut. Also, if you're making some poor diet choices, maybe you're on vacation or it's holiday season. So it can be helpful during that as well. And maybe anytime you're taking an extra medication or you've been put on an antibiotic for some reason. So as I'd mentioned before, there really are no hard and fast rules to when and how to take these supplements. And so although the primary dosage of Probio 5 should be taken at bedtime, in my opinion, I have found some very helpful uses for Probio 5 during the daytime. Probio 5 can actually be used how one would maybe use Tums or Pepto-Bismol for things like daytime indigestion, bloating, gas, heartburn, just discomfort. Those digestive enzymes can be very, very helpful for calming down those types of symptoms. The nighttime dosage then, can also be adjusted based on what was taken during the day, or it can remain the same if someone has already been really well adjusted to ProBio 5. So that wraps up that supplement. Next up, we are going to talk about BioCleanse. And what I love about this supplement is that one of the primary benefits of BioCleanse is it's going to help us have 3 good bowel movements a day to really keep our digestive system efficiently working. Many people don't know this, but if we are eating 3 meals a day, ultimately we should really be having 3 good bowel movements a day. That was how we were created to function, and for a very good reason. We are always exposed to toxins in our environment. So we always want to make sure that those things are getting rid of in our body every single day. So we're doing that wonderful breaking down work with a ProBio 5. We're cleaning things up. And so we really want to make the most out of that and get rid of those unwanted microbes. So when you get those toxins out and those unwanted microbes in the junk out every single day, essentially they're not going to be reabsorbed back into the body just to continue being circulated, causing things like inflammation and all the health issues that they can contribute to. So by getting them out consistently, a lot of benefit really does happen. Not only are you going to be creating a healthier gut microbiome overall, it's going to set you up for improvements in your overall health. You're going to bring down inflammation in the body, and many times things like gas, bloating, constipation, indigestion, burping, bad breath, all of those things that used to come up from that slot bucket, they're just going to start to disappear as you are creating a healthy gut. So I really want you to think of this supplement more like flushing the toilet. Let's go ahead and break down some of the primary ingredients in BioCleanse and figure out where these benefits are coming from, as well as some other ones I will mention. So first, you're going to see vitamin C and bioflavonoids on the label. Both of these are very powerful antioxidants, which of course are going to help boost your immune system. The bioflavonoids are going to enhance the action of vitamin C. Second, you're going to see sodium bicarbonate. This has a very important role in helping to alkalinize the body and to really just bring it to an overall healthier pH, because a lot of the things that we would not want to get started in our body or try to avoid are going to thrive in a very acidic environment, such as cancer. Next, you're going to see magnesium hydroxide. This is giving us this much needed mineral known as magnesium that so many people are deficient in. Magnesium is so important not only for our bowel regularity, but it is also very important for just supporting muscle and nerve function, your energy production. It contributes to the health of our heart, our blood pressure, good sleep. It contributes to over 300 biochemical processes in the body. It also plays an important role in your blood sugar levels, in your mood, and many other things. Now, what I love about this particular form of magnesium is that it can actually help to oxygenate and energize the body. It can also help to oxygenate the bowel, because this is an oxygenated form of magnesium. So when it hits the body, oxygen is released. And why is that important? Well, in the presence of oxygen, things that we really don't want surviving have a very hard time surviving, because we are creating that oxygenated environment. Not to mention, of course, you're getting your body those needed minerals, and really just boosting the immune system all at the same time. So typically the things that we really don't want thriving in our body, things like bacteria, diseases, they all like a very low oxygenated environment, which is why BioCleanse can be so helpful. So this oxygenated magnesium is going to start to create a flushing motion so that all of the junk that ProBio 5 is cleaning out with the help of those enzymes, as it's been going through your body, digesting things, breaking things down, that BioCleanse then can come along and flush it out, while it's going to be doing all of those other benefits that we really like that come from magnesium. So ultimately, this is going to really take a very toxic load off the body. So let's talk about the best uses of BioCleanse. Now, I'm going to say right from the beginning, the way that people take this can vary greatly, just depending on their individual needs. But generally speaking, If we're starting with someone who is generally pretty regular in the bathroom, we're talking at least 1 to 2 bowel movements a day, then it's recommended that you start by taking 2 capsules with 8 ounces of water between meals. It can be taken on an empty stomach, or it can be taken with food in the stomach. Now, the dosage is really going to all depend on someone's bowel tolerance. If you have someone starting off with IBSD, and we get lots of people, IBSD is IBS with diarrhea. We get a lot of people in that particular situation. They might not be able to tolerate this at all at first. It might be completely left out of the picture. And so as the gut continues to heal and the probio 5 it's doing is good work, then their tolerance for magnesium may slowly grow. And we might want to start them off with a very slow dosage. We're talking maybe 1 capsule a day, maybe 1 capsule every other day. So that's again where that good communication is going to have to come into play. But typically speaking, like I said before, we recommend that people start by taking 2 capsules in the morning with their Slim. That really is just for the simplicity of a schedule. And then once we see how the body is responding in terms of that bowel regularity, then eventually they can also take maybe an additional 1 to 2 capsules later in the day. Now, whether that's in the afternoon, some people like it with their dinner, some people even like it at bedtime along with their probio 5. And ultimately, we'll figure out what that dosage is so they can be going very well 2 to 3 times a day. All right. Now, one important thing to also consider about BioCleanse is that some people find that their bodies really prefer that full dose in one setting. Some people actually do better with spreading it out, as I described previously. Some people are going to find that they're going to experience less bloating, those types of symptoms during the day when they take most of their BioCleanse at bedtime along with their probio 5. Others are going to do better when they take more of it during the day. So again, you can see why it's so important that you are in good communication with your sponsor or the person that you're walking through this process. I do want to mention one really important exception for the timing of taking BioCleanse for anyone on a thyroid medication. You definitely want to make sure that they're waiting to take it until 4 hours after their medication. And that is so that they don't affect the absorption of that medication. So most of these people do take their thyroid medication first thing in the morning. So it often works really well for them to take their first dose of BioCleanse and even their Slim together just before their lunch hour. And then finally, let's go ahead and wrap things up with Slim, fondly known as the pink drink. So Slim's primary benefits are immense. Its primary job really is to help regulate blood glucose levels to keep our body sensitive to the effects of insulin. And what a lot of people don't know is that when our blood sugar stays balanced, we typically do experience an improvement in overall hormonal balance because those two things have very direct connections. Insulin is our master hormone. And Plexus Slim can really give us support for healthy glucose metabolism while helping your body also metabolize carbohydrates and fat. So again, like I'd mentioned, Slim can really help to regulate insulin levels in the body. It can help to improve sensitivity to insulin in the body. That is so important for anyone who might find themselves in a pre-diabetic category, someone who already has been diagnosed with diabetes, but truly anyone can benefit from keeping insulin working at its prime in the body. Slim also has direct benefits for helping us to have healthy blood pressure, cholesterol, and triglyceride levels. It can help bring down inflammation levels in the body. It can help to regulate your appetite, also help you achieve healthier sleep patterns. It can help with things like your energy and just clarity of thinking. Slim also definitely can help you with weight loss and fat burning. Let's unpack that a little bit. So as your body starts to heal, why it's holding on to weight, so as your gut is getting cleaned out, that proper balance of bacteria starts to really happen. As your blood sugar comes back into balance, then some of that type of hormone or insulin resistant type of weight, the kind that wants to really settle on your hips and your lower stomach, our bodies can really start to let go of some of that type of excess weight that it's been holding on to. Even after maybe we've been doing all of the right things, we've been, eating a healthy diet, sometimes that weight can be so stubborn because of these underlying issues. So when you start to take care of those root issues, your body can start to shed that type of weight. I also really want to mention that Slim can be very healthy for healthy weight gain. This supplement really is all about body balance. And a lot of people who need to gain weight, because there are people out there in that boat, they are able to finally start to gain weight when their body comes into balance this way. So don't think that just because it's called Slim, that you really don't need it if you're already at a healthy weight. The benefits of all of the other things that Slim can do, we all really need. So blood sugar needs to be brought up for some people. It needs to be brought down for other people. It really is just all about restoring proper balance in the body. And that is exactly what Slim helps you to do. So let's go ahead and break down the particular ingredients in Slim. I think it's important to mention first that there are two versions of Slim. There's a Slim microbiome activating and a Slim hunger control, and they really do have all of the same primary health benefits. They only differ in the type of fiber that each one of them contains. And so that different fiber actually does vary the benefits very slightly. So I'm going to go ahead and differentiate those two things for you, and then we will highlight also their shared ingredients. So first, let's talk about Slim microbiome activating. This is our gut health support version of Slim. It comes in two flavors, raspberry lemon watermelon and black cherry lime blossom. And Slim's fiber, or Slim microbiome's fiber that it contains, is known as XOS. XOS is actually a prebiotic fiber. So this is a non-soluble fiber that is very powerful because it acts like a food or a fertilizer for only good and friendly bacteria. So, those 5 strains of beneficial cultures in ProBio 5 get fed every single day with this XOS that is in the Slim microbiome activating. XOS is very interesting. It's been clinically proven to increase beneficial gut bacteria. So some examples of that, it can increase lactobacillus by over 300%. It can increase bifidobacterium by 290% and increase something known as Akkermansia by over 250%. And that is a very big deal. Akkermansia is known as the weight loss bacteria because it has direct metabolism benefits. Essentially, what it does is it can help to increase those metabolism boosting short chain fatty acids that our body needs. Akkermansia also has other benefits of helping to heal and seal the gut. So you can see why the XOS is going to be so beneficial for the gut. Second, let's talk about the Slim hunger control. This is more of our weight loss support version of Slim. This also comes in 2 flavors, a blood orange lemon lime and also the black cherry lime blossom. Now, instead of the XOS fiber, this actually contains polydextrose. Polydextrose is a soluble fiber. So what that means is when it hits our gut, it's going to start absorbing water and fluids, and it's going to expand. So essentially, you're not going to feel as hungry. You will feel more satisfied, and you're going to stay full for longer periods of time. Let's go ahead now and highlight several ingredients that are shared ingredients between both versions of Slim. These are definitely worth highlighting so that you're going to better understand where all of these amazing benefits are coming from. So first off is chromium polynicotinate. This is an essential trace mineral that is going to support energy in your body, also support healthy glucose metabolism while aiding the body to metabolize carbohydrates and fats. It helps to do things like facilitate the glucose transport into your cells. This is one of the reasons that Slim can help us with energy. It's going to help your cells use that glucose as energy versus being stored as fat in the body or driving your blood glucose levels high. All right. Now, interesting fact about this particular chromium is that you would actually need to eat 9 cups of broccoli to get the amount of chromium that you will find in Slim. I like broccoli, but I think I would much rather drink my Slim. Second, let's go ahead and talk about an ingredient known as alpha lipoic acid. I'm going to refer to this as ALA for short. So ALA is a fatty acid. Again, it's found naturally inside every cell in the body. Its role is to help you turn glucose into energy. So we have the chromium that's helping to bring the glucose into the cells. Now we have the ALA that is helping to turn that glucose into energy. ALA is also a very potent antioxidant. It's very interesting because it can help your body recycle and regenerate other antioxidants such as vitamin C and vitamin E to make them active again. Absolutely fascinating. ALA can also help you attack free radicals in the body, and it can work throughout the body because it's both water and fat soluble. So researchers also believe that ALA really helps to improve overall insulin sensitivity in the body, lower your blood sugar levels. Studies also show that ALA binds with toxic metals and other metals that can also act as free radicals in the body. So just an incredible ingredient there. Next, let's break down the green coffee bean extract. A lot of people see that word coffee and they think, oh, caffeine, that's where the energy comes from. But actually, in truth, this comes from the non-caffeinated part of the coffee bean. Plexus regularly tests Slim to make sure that it qualifies as being a non-caffeinated beverage. There's never more than 2% of caffeine in this particular supplement. But green coffee bean extract actually works double time. This supports cardiovascular health, and it also helps to maintain healthy blood pressure levels. And that is because of the abundant supply of something known as chlorogenic acid that comes from the green coffee bean extract. Chlorogenic acid is a phytochemical. It helps to really maintain healthy blood glucose levels that are already in the normal range, but chlorogenic acid may also really induce body fat loss, and that comes through increasing body heat that is produced. It can also have a role in stimulating weight loss, reducing blood pressure. It can improve your mood, and it may also help to reduce the risk of diseases such as diabetes and cancer, and even help with fighting infections. So again, another incredible ingredient. Next, let's go ahead and unpack Garcinia cambogia. This is actually a citrus fruit tree that grows in Southeast Asia. Now, Plexus uses an extract from the fruit rind. It contains a phytonutrient known as HCA, and this is very useful for the prevention and the reduction of the accumulation of visceral fat and fat storage. That is so important. Visceral fat is very detrimental to our bodies. And so anything and everything that we can do to go ahead and reduce that in our bodies is going to do nothing but serve us very well. So I love that about this particular ingredient. Garcinia cambogia is also very helpful for appetite control. And it does that by increasing serotonin levels. You know, low serotonin levels are actually associated with things like depression and emotional eating or reactive eating. So it helps appetite control from that angle. It's also been shown to possibly even contribute to increased exercise endurance. Finally, we are going to talk about one more ingredient, and this is called white mulberry fruit extract. This particular ingredient can positively affect your blood sugar levels. It can improve your insulin levels. It can reduce total cholesterol and LDL levels, improve those good HDL levels, and lower your triglycerides. This also has really great antioxidant and anti-inflammatory benefits. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the best uses of Slim. What we generally recommend is that you mix it with 12 to 20 ounces of water, and you're going to also want to drink it within 30 minutes of mixing it up. Both of those guidelines are so that you are getting the most out of those active ingredients. We don't want to dilute it so much that our body is going to not do as well with the absorption of it. We want to make sure that we're getting it in a timely manner, again, so those active ingredients are getting used immediately. Now, a great starting point for Slim is to just begin by taking it first thing in the morning. Ideally, you do want to take it on an empty stomach about a half an hour before eating, or an hour or more after you eat. So if you are someone who's looking for a little bit more of the weight loss benefits, before eating is going to be best. Now, if that isn't as big of a priority for you and you just still want all of the amazing health benefits that Slim offers, you can take it an hour more after you eat. One extra idea, if you do want to experience the benefits of both kinds of Slim, because you can take Slim a couple times a day, you could take Slim Microbiome Activating in the morning And then maybe between lunch and dinner, you could take a slim hunger control to avoid snacking, maybe eating things that you don't need. Or when you're running errands and you know you're not going to be able to eat right on schedule, you could take a slim hunger control to just kind of stave off your appetite until you can make a healthy choice for your meal. There are even some people who will drink Slim not long before they go to bed at night because some people feel that they sleep better when they're having those blood sugar regulating benefits most strongly during the night. Again, another important exception for the timing of taking Slim for anyone else on a thyroid medication. Just like the BioCleanse, you want to make sure that you would be waiting 4 hours after taking your medication so that you're not going to be affecting the absorption of that particular medication. All right. So that wraps things up for this particular video. I hope this gives you, a new or even a renewed appreciation for really what we have here in Plexus. Everything I shared here today is exactly why I will never stop taking these supplements. I will never stop giving them to my family, and I will never stop sharing about them with others. And I really just hope this solidifies your commitment to your own health and that it reminds you that we have a true gift that we can share with other people to make an impact in their lives. And I just hope this boosts your courage to do just that. Thank you for joining me.